The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here. And as I'm talking, my everything froze up. I was very worried about that earlier on. I'm going to do something here. I'm going to go to, let me just do this. So I can go to, let's see, I'll go to, what is it called again? Yeah, so let me just run through the numbers, and as it's frozen, there's a lot that I can discuss with the chart. The chart you're looking at here is the Bitcoin. It went to this leg. Do you see this here? It's all stuck. It's frozen. Oh, man, I just didn't want that. Fortunately, I saved everything many times just before I feared that it was going to happen. I don't know how to resolve this because I refreshed the computer earlier. So this is the 5th of March, 10:07. This is Thursday. We've got another day to go for the week to end, and this is going to be a very interesting close of the week. But let me just show you. Here's the Bitcoin. You see it's frozen in this daily chart, and I spoke about the rectangle formation. I said three things. One is a rectangle formation can last a lot longer than your patience because the price keeps going to the bottom of the rectangle, the horizontal line, and you think, oh, it's going to break down, and it doesn't. It turns around, and what does it do? It goes all the way back to the top, and you think, oh, it's going to break out, and then what does it do? It just stops dead. Well, it sort of stopped dead right here, but the other thing, that's number one. Number two is it was the same pattern for Ethereum, and for Robinhood, which did break out. Now, this is going to be really important. I'll get the charts. If I don't get the charts, I'll find something during the next break. I'll improvise something. But look at this. A rectangle formation can last a lot longer than your patience. So it goes from the 6th of Feb all the way to, it's a month later, a month worth of chart, bars. And look at these oh, good. I think we've just freed up. Let me just see. Aha. We're in the running. Good. I knew that if I had a little patience, all I can say is that I think there was an incredible amount of buying and selling going on today, just as there was on Tuesday. And I think that's just loosened up right now. And my fear right now is that was a false move to the upside. All right, now we can do everything. Watch this. You're going to see something absolutely fascinating. The VIX index. The VIX index it just froze up again. No, it didn't. Yes, it did. No, it didn't. Just have patience with me. I'm having patience with my computer, so we'll both have patience together. Look, here's the VIX. It goes clink, clink. I'm seeing something must be going on here. I'm hearing. Let me try it again. Dollar, VIX. Yep, that printed. X, and here we go. Click, and there it is. Look, the VIX index is up 99 cents. At 22.14. It hit 28.15. It is still holding really well. So as I said before, is this a low or the low? I just think it's a low. I think there's a lot to go through March. I've been anticipating that March is going to be a really whippy month and very specialized. And I said to my subscribers, we're just going to go for everything that's really working. And that's what we're trying to do right now. I don't want to, this is not the time that I want to go into areas that I think could be really good in 2026. I want things that are moving right now because that's telling me that's where the money's flowing. Okay, so the VIX index is saying we're not satisfied yet. We are still buying insurance at 21.96, up 81 cents. Why wouldn't they when the crude oil price is at new recovery highs? Look at this. As we're speaking, it's at a high, 78.04, up 3.39 in leg E, in the daily chart, leg D in the weekly. Look at that beautiful cup formation. And look, I spoke about this. I'm talking about this. I'm embarrassed to say we don't have anything in the oil sector. I've been looking, didn't do anything. But anyway, so crude oil continues. Well, we've had other really nice positions, so I shouldn't complain. Crude oil continues contract. Broke that monthly chart. I'm going to take a chance. There we go. Monthly chart. Look at that trend line. That trend line goes from around about July of 2022 at about 100, comes all the way down to this level in the 40s, it comes back up, then goes sideways. A rectangle formation can last a lot longer than your patience. But then what happens, and remember, you've got to learn how to use trend lines. People say, oh, look at this trend line. Then they take this huge trend line, in this case, a trend line that goes from 2022 all the way to the beginning of this year, January, and then it breaks out. Well, you would have broken out just going sideways. So you've got to know how to use your trend line. But what I did is I said, not good enough to have the trend line. I want to have a Chapman Wave inside track repellent zone, pink and green, little narrow mini channel. And when that breaks out and the 9-period moving average moves up, this is serious stuff for crude oil right now. Okay, how the market thinks it can keep going up. It can go sideways to slightly down, but how it can keep going up with crude oil like this, you got to think, oh, recession. It's a possibility, right? But at the same time, let's go one step at a time. The one step is the VIX index is still holding at the highs. It didn't suddenly plunge like it should have. If this was the low on Tuesday, I think it's just a low. And that's why for subscribers, we took a lot of profits from our long-term positions, just said, let's start clean. And we try to put to work money just in specialized areas. So that's number one. Number two is the crude oil. If crude oil goes over, and the level I was looking at was really 71 to 72. We're at 78. That is really important. And the chart pattern is actually very positive. In the monthly, finally the monthly, the stochastic is not at 80, it's at 58%. That's the one lagging indicator, but that's a monthly chart. That takes a long time to repair. But the other indices, the other chart, time-wise, daily, weekly, monthly, are looking good. Okay. So that's the second. And the third thing was there was a rotation going on, and the rotation had to see certain sectors start to continue lower and not have a rebound. Otherwise, if they had a rebound, then I would have to consider that we've got a rotational correction, and I'm in this rotational correction camp right now. So let's go back to the Dow, because everything's working. I shouldn't have said that. Oops, I didn't say that. We're down now 469. So we were short. We took profits in our short position, and we just did nothing. And today, last night, I was looking at this, and I thought, it's such a diverse market. To go short now, you really have to have most of the Dow stocks very weak, and they are very weak. But even now, I'm seeing some rebound going on in the S&P and the NASDAQ, and I'm saying that is this bifurcated market, trifurcated market. That's important. But wait a minute. Look at the weekly chart. We're almost about to get the beginnings of a sell signal in the weekly chart. And that's really weird. I mean, we haven't even been close to this for a long time. Look how deeply under the pink rising up channel we are right now. So I'm going to monitor this very closely. The next thing we're looking at is the S&P. S&P, look at no, don't do that. Ugh. It's going to be a tough session today for me. Okay, the S&P is down 13, but look at the weekly chart. Peak D, that's where other things can happen. And look, it's turning down, but the 9 is still very strong. Monthly chart is still very strong. Look at the QQQ. Actually trying to close. We've got a break coming up. I think I need the break. I don't know what I'll do during the break. Maybe this is the chance that I can start to do a little repair work. QQQ right now is struggling. Here we go. QQ.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. So just in case, I really think there's a tremendous amount of buying and selling going on right now. That's why I'm having a little trouble. So I'm going to ask you in the den, what is that site? I have it, and I very often go to. It's a fabulous site that for the stocks, view. Why am I forgetting the name? And I can't do any search right now. I'm just lucky to be able to have what I've got. Something view. Oh, now I don't know if I'll even see it in the Tiger's Den, because is that working? Yes, it is. Trading View. Okay, so I'm just going to get Trading View here. Let me type it in, Trading View. Trading View. I might not go to my actual site. Trading View. It says login. I don't know if I can do that. Let me just see. I don't even remember. Yeah, okay. Chart. Trading View. There we go. Track. Okay, I'm just doing this as a backup. I've got the charts working, but, oh, man. So let's just see. Can I do this? I just want to get it going so that I know that I'm on. Get started. Oh, man, get started. I'm already started. No. Just give me a chart. Come on, give me a chart. Markets. Okay. Just indices. I just need to get up, and then I think my old platform will come. Indices. Let's go to indices. U.S. indices. Okay. All right. So what we're looking at right now is that the QQQ, I think we've just made a high for the day. This is just the way I'm looking at the market, just from everything else. This has got nothing to do with charts, just doing with platforms and everything. So the Qs are now down 47 cents, moving down quickly at 610.19. The IWM, which was holding well yesterday, starting to slip today, down 3. I need to go. Semiconductors. Semiconductors are holding down 16 cents at 398.94. When they take out the 388, 386 area as support. I think that's a real problem. Okay, gold, I'll just go to the GDX right now. I've got a bunch of questions I want to get to. Down 384 and 102.05. I've got this as a peak C, but really look at this. This is the gold. Made a peak D under the previous, the Chapman wave rules. A peak D underneath the previous high. It's usually not very good action. And now we're starting to pull back a little bit down. 39 in gold at 5,094. I think we've made a top in gold at 56.26, at least for now, with a digester phase unfolding. Silver, let's just get to this real quickly while it's working. There. Silver's down right now, 67 at 82.49, made a peak D under the previous high, a big problem. Let's go to high-grade copper. Should I do all this stuff and just not get... Yeah, high-grade copper had a rally. It's pulling back right now. Digester phase at 5.82 in March. It better not close under 560 because that'll be a problem. All right, so now what have we got? I think... TLT made a peak C high, which I said looked like a D. It's acting like a D. It's pulling back. The yields are going higher. Where are the yields? There are the yields. Yields are in leg B to the upside. Oh, look at that. Hit the 200-period moving average exactly for the second time, and this time it's moving up quite sharply. Wow, this one, I don't see what's very positive about this market. Forget about the war or anything. I'm just looking at the charts and I'm saying, I think the digester phase that I was looking at for March is unfolding and very selectively. And even the buys that I have are only really special situations. All right, let's go to okay, now I've got questions. I'm sorry if I've forgotten anybody, but I do want to go to FXI. That was on yesterday and I didn't get to. Darn, what did I just do? Because it's slowing down, it means that when I hit the something, it could be moving to another area altogether. FXI is down 67 cents to 35. I think this looks terrible. This is the this is the iShares China Large Cap ETF. That'll be negative for some time since it was in the 41s. And I said, I think that is going to be the turn down. And here we are at the 35 level. Not good at all. Next thing, oh man, I missed going short there as well. I was so busy. Oh, what a day. Okay, it happens. Okay, next thing I want you to look at here was, okay, questions came in. So let me just do the PDYN. This is your, whoa. It went to a peak E back about the 27th or so of January, pulls back and makes a brand new, oh, look at this. Look, here's the Chapman wave notation, and I had this as a channel line drawn in a while back. I think it was Dan in the Den who mentioned this. So that's A minus. Let me do this while I can. Don't talk about it. We're moving along. C, D, and there's your big E. Now, what did I say? That in the weekly chart, you've got this Chapman wave inside track channel to the downside, and we've just tagged the pink line. You got to still get to the green line and the pink. Look at that. Isn't that nice? And I said, I'm taking it to the bodies of the chart, and then I'm going to take it to the top. And here we are. So you're getting to the resistance area. It's in leg D in the weekly chart. Oh, what a nice pick. This is trading at $9.59, and it's called Paladine AI. So you've got yourself a C right there, and you're in a leg D. So this is where you'd expect resistance. All I can say is in this environment, it had earnings. Well, the earnings, it loved the earnings, and not only that, it didn't pop and drop, it popped and held. That's really important. Tomorrow I'll talk about the gap. I don't want to do it right now, other than to say, hold your horses, folks. Be careful out there. I'm just telling you that I didn't like this early action. It went absolutely against everything I was looking at. I didn't understand why it actually went that high, but it did. And as a result, we turned down, and now the Dow is down 600 points. The S&P is now down 43. The NASDAQ is down 103. Be careful. Next thing I want to look at. Yeah, so this is looking very nice. $9 to $8.70 is about the area in the next, going into Monday or Tuesday. You take that out and it says, okay, you're stuck in a range. You're doing very well until you get to 10, which is absolutely a breakout that says, whew, now it can go at 10.20. Now it can go even higher. But right now, treat it as going against the market. It could follow the market if the market continues down. So it might be a little, I would take it a little bit off for sure right now. But it's outstanding action, and it's got the second buy mode. First went to E. This one's going to an E. Does it turn down here? But the resistance, the very close near-term resistance is at 998. Let's call it the 990s, and the high today is at 983. Starts to move above that. I think that's really important. That's good. Next question came in. Thanks for Amazon sold at 220. Let's have a look at Amazon. Yeah, I did a little analysis for someone yesterday in the den, and I gave the parameters. So it popped to, I said the 221 area is going to be strong resistance. It went to 220.47. It's now down a fraction at 216.70. Well, you got to be careful. All right. Next one was, where did it go? Did I write it down? I think I did. Okay, yeah, we've got a break coming up. A break to save me. Oh, LRCX. Man, this is in the semiconductor. LRCX. There we go. This is Lam Research. Made a peak E double top. I spoke about this the other day. I said LRCX is making a double top. 251.87 was the high that was made back in late January, and 256.68.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi folks, whoosh, down again. Down 669 in the Dow, down 58 in the S&P. But wait, look at this. The NASDAQ, which was really doing very well earlier on, is now down 180. Be careful out there. So, LRCX, Lam Research, monthly chart, leg F/A. It doesn't matter what it is because you have to go through the shorter term time frames to confirm. The weekly chart has a G/C. That's because you had an instant. Once you have an instant restart, you have no choice but to put G/C when you get there, when you get to that peak C, that is. And then you add this 251.87 high back in January, and then in Feb, it goes to 256.68. As it was going there, oh, that's a leg F. That's right. I remember someone asked me about it, and I did the work, but it was about a week and a half ago, and we still had to get to the E and then to the F, and I said the 9 and 14 are still doing very well, but the MACD had started to pull back. The stochastic was actually doing very nicely. When you get this divergence, you got to be a little careful. So now have a look at this real quickly. The 256.68. I just do a little scan to see if there were any round numbers. No round numbers. So this got hurt on the downside, just purely technically. And it came down. 9-period moving average crossed negative. This is LRCX, Lam Research down 5.5 at 217.32. Now, this is going to be very important. I already drew in the rectangle to say in the rectangle formation, you can go back to the previous high, go just under, right on, or just above, probably a peak D. But then, if you take out halfway through the rectangle, you've got to be really careful. That would be 231. Well, we're at 217. We gapped down, and for 3 sessions, we've been under it. Be careful. Lam Research, weekly, monthly are looking still very good, but that daily says take out that left side low, that single leg A to the downside, to 204.57. Sounds like 204. What are you talking about? You're at 218 right now. I'm just saying, in March, if you take that out, that is it for the, that's a sell mode, almost at a sell mode right now in the daily chart, but that'll impact the weekly chart for the very first time. What's the upside? The upside is 228 to 230. That's the 9 and 14 period moving averages. Here's the next question. NVIDIA. So here's the question, Basil. Can you please do you see NVIDIA moving to 190 anytime soon? Thank you. Oh, so when I see a question like that, a question that is really a statement, when you do this long enough, and how many sessions do you think I've done on this? I've been here since 2002, had my show from 2003, had my newsletter from 2003. So I'd say quite a few thousand Tiger Technicians Hour, right? And over the time period, you learn to be an amateur armchair psychologist. Now, you tell me if I'm wrong. I'd like you to type it in if you're still there. I think what you're saying is, I have a position, and I would like to know whether or not it's going to go above 190. Now, I might be wrong, but that's just what I'm saying. So let me do the analysis. You've got an analysis in the monthly chart that says technically it's still very good. The weekly chart, and I've spoken about this forever. I said that the 212.19 October, week of the 19th, 2025 high, made a peak D. It came down sharply to 169.55, but it then ran up. And what did it do? What have I been talking about, and this is a constant. It's not like it's just this particular phase. It's forever. When you make a peak D, underneath the previous peak D or E, F, or G, but a major high on the left side, that's not very good. And it says you've run out of upside energy. In fact, you can go sideways, but you've got to be careful that the upside energy doesn't turn into negative. You haven't got that negative energy in the weekly yet, even though the price for 5 weeks has been underneath the black 14-period moving average. The green line has been, it's still green. The technicals are very weak. The MACD is weak. The retro strength is weak. Stochastics at 48%. Not that weak. It could be down in the 20s. It's 48%. And the daily chart is still holding pretty well, even though the technicals are all weak. Look, the stochastic's only at 27%. I suspect when this is all over, it'll be either in the 15% or even in single digits. So as I'm looking at it right now, I'm going to suggest that if you're in a position and you're in a position that really needs to see 190, you might have to wait a little while, and I'd rather start a brand new position if that's the case. Look at 181, 9 points. It's 4 or 5%. Be careful. Now remember, I'm supposing. So I was right. I'm long, but want to sell. I never got to that part because I wanted to first of all deal with the crisis that would be if you were saying an option and waiting for the option to exercise over 190. So here's what I'm going to suggest. I'm long, but want to sell. So in this environment, NVIDIA has gone from October, look at this, from October of 2025, and here we are, March of 2026. So that's 4 or 5 months, and it just hasn't been able to go anywhere. If you've got a profit, why not do this? Think it through. There's no rush. Look, it's down $1. Even if it's down $3 by the end of the day, it's just not a big deal. Rather think it through and say to yourself, look, here's a trend line that I drew in a long time ago. And the trend line says, there it is. The trend line says, if it takes out 171, that's 11 points down anytime in the next week or two, that 169.55 is probably going to be hit quite quickly, right? So all I can say is that the upside for me is a little bit limited. It's not to say that it can't do it, but you asked me a question, and this is what I would do. I'd immediately sell half. Now, I'm of the opinion, there are times where I say, if I'm about to sell because I'm getting a little cautious, I can always get back in. It's not a big deal. I've got a bit of a profit. Get out, and then you can get in. But at the same time, if it's acting, look, it's not acting horribly. It's just not acting great. So I'm going to sell whatever you're comfortable with, and then why not put in a stop? Let it tell you after that where it wants to go. You put in a stop. You're at 182 point right now. You can put in a stop, say 179.50. On even half of the rest. So just do it in stages. But my personal opinion is NVIDIA is done for now. It's going to make lower highs and lower lows going into the rest of March. That's just I might be wrong, but that's my thinking. So think about that, okay? I'll be back in a moment. Dow is down 653. Now it's standing up a little bit.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
So look at this. So the NVIDIA has just moved up a little bit. Now it's down just 50 cents. That's why I said you don't have to get too carried away. Rather implement this plan just in your comfort, that's all. So look, now even it's now down just 36 cents. So a trading stop one way, maybe taking a little bit off, just saying, you know what, I'm going to start exiting. It makes bookkeeping a little bit, big deal. Just money's money. If you can make the money, you make the money. And all I'm saying is that within the rectangle, you can stay in this rectangle for quite a while. So I'm just looking at this and saying, handle the trade. You be the boss. That's the most important thing. You want to be the boss of your portfolio. And I very often, the real boss is the market. It tells you who's the real boss. But you want to at least attempt to be controlling it. And that's really important. So I hope that helps you. We'll do it again tomorrow if you want. We'll look at it. Now, there are a couple of things that now I can catch up to what I want to do today. So I had questions about... yes. So you remember we were looking, did I do this yesterday? Sand. I said sand had made a peak D, and I was asked about it just around about here. And Smart Sand Inc. It serves as fracking sand, mining, logistics, and management. But it was a peak D in the weekly. It was a leg D in the monthly. Now, I have to say this because nobody's going to promulgate what you do over and over and over and talk about it. The whole concept that I had when I started hand charting with a pencil, engineering paper, pencil and paper. I did all the charts. I did the Dow, the FTSE 30 at the time, and the Nikkei. And I think I did one other one. In fact, I got it. I don't want to get it out. It's got this huge. It's already 2 or 3 feet because I had to stick the engineering paper together when the chart kept going higher and higher and higher. So D was what I looked for in the beginning when I discovered this Chapman wave. I called it the 7-wave form, and then thank God I found it because my Fidelity was my first mutual fund client, and that was back in 1987. And I had a trial in July, and they really liked my work in June, and they liked my work. So July, I had a hotline, and then I said, be careful, be careful. And I said, in my waveform, I'd already explained to them, this is the head of the technical department of Fidelity Investments. I said, so I'm getting a D. And that was like, I think 27, 22. That was a long time ago. I'm thinking out loud here. And I said, but I think I've done enough of this to say it could go. This is a hand chart. So it was the closing price. That's all I did. I said, I think it can go to an E and maybe even an F. Let's just see. And we held it. And I said, okay, I've got my sell signal. And that was right at the top. That was just, I mean, when I look back, it's really chutzpah because I was a novice in doing my own Chapman wave notation. But most importantly, what I did find was that there are certain characteristics that stay, and this peak D, ever since then, the objective of the Chapman wave is to get you from a buy signal to a buy mode. The implication is that you should go to at least a D. Well, we got the D at 5.60 something. Let me give you the exact, no, I'll just do it quickly. Yeah. Right there, $5.59 on the 18th of Feb. Then it pulled back. And then I said, just be careful of a dreaded H. But we were here, I think. So I said, we hadn't got it. Well, we did get it, and we plummeted, and we went from just about 560. Today's low is 397. You know what that is in percentage terms? But wait a minute. Peak D in the weekly, peak D in the monthly, possibly. I'm absolutely certain it's not going back to 559 in August. I shouldn't say that. I don't think it's going back. But wait a minute. How important is a peak D? Well, look at this. Here's the naked 1 minute chart. You go from a low at 9:20 this morning or 9, whatever it was, 18. You go peak A, peak B, peak C. Whoops, it moved over. There it is, peak C. Unfortunately, I'm still hand charting, and I'm trying to work with AI to do the Chapman wave automated, and what trouble. I haven't yet got, even to this point here, where I go peak A and then a B. It's still working. This has been 2 months. Every day, every hour of the day, I have to cut and paste and do work on this and explain and all that. Whew. All right. And then what does it do? It pulls back. It goes to a trough, and it goes trough A, B, C, D. And then it goes peak A, B, C, D. Right? So there's the second peak D. Then it pulls back, goes to peak A, B, pulls back, arches the dreaded H formation. Remember, comes down, fails at a peak A or a B. Whoops, takes out the left side low, whooshes down, goes trough A, B, C, D. It doesn't always work that way. Remember, on the way down, I use other things, not just the notation. So what have we got? We've got a peak B here. Underneath it, we've got, look, it's unfortunate that you always have to put all these, no, that's your only obligation. There's an A, right there, A. There's another A, because a gray A, because it's underneath this B. And what are we looking for? A leg C. Bing! Right, as we speak. This is live, folks. You can't make this up. This is live. And what do I have? Do I have Fibonacci? Do I have volume? Do I have on-balance volume? Do I have anything but my notation? Could I have, let me do this, format, symbol, format. Let's go to candles, so style. I don't care. Make it open high. I don't need candles. Look at this. Oh, let's make it a color that you can see. Format. Well, I'm not wasting time. This is very important. And we're going to go to black. Just for the moment. Let's go to black. Open high, black. Okay, have a look at this. And let's make it a little fatter. So do you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm saying that it's really important if you have a technique. In this case, all I need are highs and lows. I don't need anything else. Let's see, what style? Make it nice and fat. Style. Yeah, let's make it quite big there. There. Okay, now look at this. Okay. Oh, of course, now you can't see the letters. Should make it another color. Doesn't matter. All right? So you see what we've got here? Now look at this peak C. It could be fading. The way it's looking, it could be fading. You're not the chart. Remember, you're only analyzing the chart. So whatever happens, happens. All right. So I wanted to just explain to you that there are techniques. Now, in Chapman wave methodology, if I Well, let's leave it at that. Let's move on, and we're going to go to the questions. And the questions came LYB and LGO. Oh, no, CRWV came first. Oh, Costco. Let me just run these quickly. Not going to take any time at all because I've already got notations. Costco, one of the leaders on the upside, went to a peak EF right there. An E, it went to an E right there because there was the holiday. So that's an open thing. E goes to peak A, and it might be arching over because what's the rule? The dreaded H says if you fade to peak A, take out the left side low. Be careful because it can continue down. All-time high is 1,078.24. Trading right now 984.81. Watching this very closely. The weekly chart is still good, but if the weekly chart takes out 950 in the next 2 weeks, that's a problem. So far, the retail has held pretty well. I'll be back in a moment. Dow's down 583.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi, folks. Remember, I was doing this live. I said there's nothing here, just the bars and the chart wave notation. Objective on the buy signal is to get to a leg D. We just got to a leg D. This is the third leg D. And look, there's nothing here. Nice technique, huh? Okay, let's get back to our story. So question came in, core weave, I wouldn't touch it. Be real careful. Dreaded H failure pattern. Next question came in for LYB. I've loved this stock for a long time. We didn't own it, and I did want to buy Dow Chemical and the other chemicals. I don't know what happened. Anyway, Basil, industrial chemical producer. Leg A in the monthly chart, really nice move. Leg C in the left side, right side price down. Look at this, another chap wave technique. Look at that. Left side, right side, the number of bars to the left equal the number of bars to the right. Wow, nice. Leg C. And I've got this as a leg C in the daily. This is the area to be in. This is the chemicals. LGO, well, we're about to leave. So LGO, I think Steve is out today. So LGO, I have updated LGO. Largo Inc., doing the same arch formation at $1.69, down 3 cents. Always look at price lost. Nice chart, but I'd be a little careful here. I'd rather go for the biggies. Okay, so with that said, the Dow is down 618. I said be careful. S&P is down 34. You got these counter-trend rallies, and I have to congratulate Jason CRCL. Man, when you spoke to me a week ago, this darn thing was in the 70 level, and here it is at 108. Remember, I said to subscribers, stocks that go to 95 go to 105 very quickly. Lo and behold, we missed the entry point on this darn thing 3 times, and here it is at 110.12, 108 right now. This is a real winner. Circle Internet Group. Good analysis, Jason. I congratulate you. So did I miss anything? I might have missed something. So, yeah, check out my weekly daily newsletter. Be very careful. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean to say that we can crash anything, but that VIX index has remained high, which says that we aren't out of the woods. So be careful, and I will see you tomorrow.